Today we're going to be making some homemade pasta with some homemade pesto, bitches. If you guys want the recipe, check it out in the description below. So we're going to start by making some dough. So we're going to make a little nest with our all-purpose flour. That's 225 grams. We're going to crack 3 eggs in the center of it. Add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a generous amount of salt, and take your fingers and get dirty in that nest. It's okay if the nest breaks, as long as you try to contain the mess. Doesn't really matter what you do, it's gonna get messy. Add some flour if it's too sticky. Just be patient, just keep working it. It'll form into a nice little dough ball. Try to scrape every little bit that you left on your cutting board or silicone mat, as I am using right now. And once you get a little ball going, we're going to start kneading the dough for about 10 to 15 minutes. By kneading, you could just fold it in half, press it down, keep going for 15 minutes. Juggle it around, because you're a gangsta. Oh yeah. Alright, so we're going to cover that dough ball with a towel and let that sit for about half an hour. During that time, let's go make some pesto. So we're going to take a whole bunch of basil. We're going to remove all of the stems, keep the leaves. Alright, put all of your basil inside of the blender. Take 2 garlic cloves. Obviously crush it, remove the peel. Flick it off that cutting board. No need to cut it or mince it, just throw it right in the blender. Oh my god, okay, so now we're gonna fucking take the parm, we're gonna grate that shit. Yo, grate it, half a cup, that's what we need. About half a cup. We're gonna add it to the blender. Pine nuts. I'm only taking about 2 to 3 tablespoons. So about half a cup of olive oil. Just eyeball that shit. If you find that it's a little too thick, you could always add a little bit more of it. Season generously, lots of salt, lots of pepper. That's extremely crucial. If it's a little too thick, add a little bit more oil. Mix it around a little bit just so that you get every little thick piece stuck off the walls. Depending on thickness, if you want it thicker, add more parm or pine nuts. Once you get a nice paste going, you want to keep blitzing it for about 30 seconds, make it really smooth. That is pesto, friends. Alright, time to make the actual noodles. We're going to cut it into 4 portions so that it's a lot easier to manage while running through the machine. So for the machine, there's different settings of thickness, starting from 0, which is where we're going to start, and we're going to go all the way up to 7. Flour each side, each time, otherwise they'll stick inside of your machine. And go up a notch. So you want to fold the dough halfway through and run it through the machine. This will add some strength to it. Once you guys get to number 7, we're going to add the cutter attachment. This is going to help us chop the noodles into nice, beautiful fettuccine. So we're going to end up with very, very long strands of fettuccine, which we shall then cut to proper length size. You could let that air dry for about 5 to 10 minutes, just the right amount of time to get a pot of water boiling. So once you get that going, we're gonna boil the noodles. And this ain't no dried pasta, motherfuckers. This shit takes about 2 minutes to cook, so make sure you don't do dumbass shit like overcook it. Taste your pasta. Get a hot frying pan, add a little bit of olive oil to it, throw your pasta in there. Hear that sizzle. It smells so good, but you couldn't smell it, sorry. Add a little bit of pesto to your pasta. Yeah, that's right, we're gonna coat the fucking pasta in that shit. Obviously, always check for seasoning too. Make sure that you have enough salt, enough pepper in there. You know, if it's a little bland, add another spoonful of pesto. Why not? I think it's good. Alright, let's add some parm. Add some chicken. A little bit of basil. Cracked black pepper. Oh shit. Let's give it a taste. Let's see how it is. It smells so good. So good. You know, I actually thought it was pretty good.